Do you have any principles and are you living by them? And if not, then this inner work session is for you. The theme of this inner work session is about principles, your rules of conduct, your laws or standards that you live by. So let's find out what is going on with your power within and how your power is affecting your ability to make decisions and take actions that are aligned to your principles. Now, principles are the rules that guide you throughout your life, and they help you to build trust with yourself and in your relationships. Their goal is to keep you in integrity with your whole self so that you can be intimate with others. Now, the question is, what are your principles? How are you choosing to live by them? And how are they keeping you in integrity with yourself? Now, a wise choice is effective and intelligent, but in order to make a wise choice, you have to have the power of discerning. You have to recognize the difference between what is truth and the ability to make a decision based on that truth that is accurate and fair. And this is where looking at your power within will help. You see, your power within is comprised of your mind and body and spirit, and your power of choice is fueled by your thoughts, your emotions, and the behaviors you express. So when you don't use your full capacity, your intelligence to comprehend general truths in order to be responsible for what is going on in your life and in your relationships, the intimacy that you are building, then it will cause you to abandon your principles, your integrity, and you will fall victim to conflict. Now, if you're new to this channel, then welcome to Divine Blueprint, where we help you to empower your power of choice as you awaken the divine design in you. And if you're not new, then welcome back, and don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Now, just a reminder, this inner work session can also be used at any time as part of your inner work for your self-discovery and healing journey. Now, here are a few items that you need to continue with this inner work session. You'll need a notebook or a journal, something to write with, some tea or a beverage of your choice, and a candle, and your human design blueprint. Now, if you're new to human design, you can get a free human design blueprint online. We also offer a human design foundational workshop every month to help you to understand how to read your own energy so that you can learn how to manage it and use your power of choice to make decisions and take actions that are specifically to you. So check out our link in the description box to learn how you can enroll in our upcoming workshop. Now, the power of your choice is a key component of your life, and the energy that helps to influence these choices has made an energetic shift from listener to principles. Now, before we get into this energetic shift about principles, now let me start this inner work session by asking you this. What decisions have you made that resulted in a conflict due to you not standing firm in your principles, which caused you to abandon your ability to make a wise choice? Why did you make that decision? How did it make you feel when you made it? And then how did it feel after you made it? Who or what was impacted by the decision, and how did it affect your mind, your body, and your spirit? What was the principle that you didn't stand firm in and caused you to get out of integrity with your choice? And last, what area of your life has this choice causing you to abandon it? Now, the reason why you abandoned it is because during the time of the decision, you were living in your shadow. So let me explain. Your first set of principles, your rules, laws, or standards were provided to you by your family, your tribe, your society, and this is your root. Now, many of these principles have guided you along your journey in life, and throughout your life, you have picked new principles and let go of some of the old principles that no longer meet your needs. Now, each of your principles have a major impact on how you have used and will use your power of choice. Now, the goal of a principle is to help you to decide what relationships to build and which ones to tear down, how to be responsible, and how to protect yourself from harm. Now, they are the foundational piece of your character and how you respect yourself, your integrity. Now, at some point in your life, one or many of your principles cause you to fall out of integrity with yourself due to a decision and action. And as a result of that lack of integrity, it created conflict in your life. And this conflict has caused you to reject yourself. And each time you use your power of choice, it sets off your emotions and causes you to continue to abandon your integrity. Now, these conflicts are also known as a crisis, and it is what helps to maintain your shadow, the part of yourself that you reject. And this is the constant lack of responsibility, the lack of self-respect, the lack of discernment, and the lack of principles that would keep you in integrity with yourself. So let me ask you another set of questions. Are you tired of living in your shadow, the rejected part of yourself? Are you tired of living in crisis mode, which brings constant conflict in your life? Are you tired of feeling powerless and foolish due to these conflicts? And are you ready to grab hold of your life and start living by principles with integrity? Now, if you answer yes, then I would like to invite you into my 9-week mentorship program called The Time for You. Now, this mentorship program is an intimate program that is limited to a small group of people so that we can focus on strengthening your internal boundaries, which allows you to be intentional with your power of choice. Now, your internal boundaries are connected to your values, and this is how you get your needs met. Your mission, the direction of your life, and your vision, which provides you with the ideals and inspiration to support your values and your mission. And the strength of all of these are necessary when you are making decisions and you are taking actions because they help you to see and accept the truth. So to learn more about this program and to secure your seat, then click the link in the description box to be taken to our online university. Now let me explain this energetic shift. Now this energetic shift is based on the human design gate, which is shifted from gate 13 listener located in the identity center to gate 49 principle, also known as revolution, which is located in the solar plex center. Now previously, when the energy was in gate 13 listener, it had us reflecting on the following. Do you listen with your heart or do you hear with your ears? How has misdirecting your mind and or energy caused you to worry and expect the worst? What choices do you have to make to start listening with your heart? What beliefs contributed to the worrying and is causing you to abandon your listening to only hear? What truths would you have to accept to allow yourself to stop hearing and start listening? And is how you are listening aligned to your inner values? To reveal what's going on in your shadow and to start transforming it, you can check out our In the Shadow work videos. The link is in the description box. Now, during this energetic shift, the energy will be in gate 49 principle, and it will allow you to consciously interact with the energy of gate 49 to self-observe how you animate, how you use the energy, so that you can determine how it affects your ability to make decisions and take actions so that you can empower your power of choice. So let me explain how this energy works. Now, each one of us, we use this energy differently, and this is determined on a few factors. Now, the first factor is how the center is defined, and the second is whether the gate is activated or not. Now, to understand how gate 49 principle affects you, this is where you want to look at your human design blueprint. Now, gate 49 principle stores its energy in the solar plex center, and the solar plex center is the heart of your emotions. It holds the energy of your emotional awareness and how you process these emotions. It holds the energy of your personal power, such as your creativity, your self-esteem, your self-respect, your self-discipline, how you take the risk to take actions in dealing with crises that occur in your life. Now, the energy in this center determines the rules you live by, the boundaries you use to keep you in integrity with yourself and with others, how you create intimacy, how you build relationships, whether personal or business, and what determines you to go to war against someone. You see, it stores those unpleasant experiences from your childhood in your past that caused you unusual stress and shame, and it gives you the right to take action on your creative endeavors. Now, when the solar plex center is defined, you own the energy and you influence the world with your energy because you know how to wade through the wave of your emotion to get clear on how to make a decision and take action. Now, when the solar plex center is undefined or open, you borrow the energy, which means you have access to experience different emotional waves, which at times can be very strong and deep, and it is due to how you're being influenced by the world. Now, because you are borrowing the energy, it is important to understand that the energy does not belong to you, and you need to release it in order to not get caught up in someone else's emotional wave, which will cause you to not see your truth and create conflict in your life. Now, these emotional waves should pass through you, not stay in you. Now, when the gate is activated in the solar plex, it is the specific energetic theme, the trait, the distinct quality that you are constantly expressing. And this is the way that you are specifically using the energy to influence the world. And when the gate is not activated in the solar plex, then you are being influenced by this specific energetic theme, this trait, this distinct quality, depending on who you are with and where you are. So therefore, being with the right people or the right place is critically important for your emotional stability. So let's take a moment to feel your emotional fire that is burning deep inside you. Now, your breath represents your spirit, and your spirit is either in the past, the present, or future. And the wave of your emotion helps you to determine where your emotions are. Now, as you are sitting, place your hand on your solar plex chakra, located in your abdominal, your navel area. Now, slowly take a deep breath in and then out. Take another deep breath in and then out. And let's bring your spirit to the present moment. Take a deep breath in and then out. Now place your hand in front of you as if you were saying stop, and start moving them in a circular motion, and close your eyes. Continue to move your hands in the circular motion. Now start to visualize the warmth of the sun beaming on your hands and warming you up. Now the sun warmth embodies your love, your creativity, your confidence, your passion, the fire that moves you. Continue to circle your hand and feel the warmth from the sun. Now take the warmth and place it in your navel area. And welcome in the fire that moves you, the fire that guides you towards growth, the fire that expands your confidence to pursue your true purpose. Welcome in the steady fire, the fire that burns evenly to allow you to be your true self, the fire that burns through all unpleasant experiences that is known as trauma that you've experienced in your past. Those experiences that made you feel like you couldn't stand up for yourself, and now you challenge others with the hopes of feeling powerful. Those experiences that cause you to second guess yourself so you don't move in the direction of growth. Those experiences that cause you to be careless with your power of choice, and now you are too afraid to make one. Those experiences that causes you to continually create conflict in your life in order for you to feel important and noticed. Allow the fire to burn through all of these experiences to free yourself. Allow the fire to empower who you are, where you are going, and why. Use the fire to allow you to take responsibility, to make the decision and take the action with the intention of love. Feel the fire as it expands in you. Now become one with this steady fire, the fire that burns evenly in you. Now slowly open your eyes. Now what will you confidently go out and create with this fire? Now the answer to this question will help you get a feel of how you will use your power of choice. So now let's get into the energy of Gate 49 principle. So let me first start off by saying that all energy has a light, dark, and a shadow nature way of being animated. And the light represents the selfless energy, the dark represents the self-serving energy, and the shadow represents the rejected energy. And as I explain this energy of Gate 49 principle, you will start to understand how the energy of this gate expresses itself in its light, your selfless self, and in its shadow, your rejected self, and how it affects your power of choice. Now, if you're interested in finding out what is hiding in your shadow, this is the rejected side of yourself where conflict is created from, then check out our In the Shadow work videos. So don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button to be notified when a new video has been posted. Now, the energy of this gate is about principles, your code of conduct, the rules, the laws or standards that you live by. And when your power within uses this energy in the light, it selflessly helps you to establish rules that allow for deep intimacy and trust in your relationships. Now, these rules don't restrict you. They allow you to grow and make harmonious sudden change, to stay in integrity with yourself. And when you use this energy, you also understand the rules of your emotion, and therefore, instead of allowing the emotional wave to sweep over you, you ride the wave to allow it to guide your emotional response when you are using your power of choice. So let's take a moment to reflect on a time when your principles, your rules were able to guide your emotional response and keep you in integrity. What was the situation? What principles guided you? How did you effectively use your power of choice to emotionally respond and stay in integrity? Now, this is your example of what it looks and feels like when you allow your emotional responses to be guided by your principles. This is an example of your power within and how you were able to use the power of your choice effectively. And this is an example of you harmoniously navigating through your emotional responses and staying in integrity when you make a decision and take an action that are aligned to your inner values. So let's talk about how it animates in the shadow. When your power within is living in the shadow, the rejected part of yourself, you will use this energy to create conflict in your life. And this is due to you reacting to your emotional wave. Now, this emotional reaction causes you to squabble. And this squabble occurs because you have abandoned your grounded principles and you have nothing to guide your emotions. Now, this conflict causes you to stay divided in your relationships, which can lead to a divorce, war, or any type of dispute type situations because they lack intimacy and they lack trust. Now, when you are in this reactionary state, it causes you to misuse your power of choice to make decisions and take actions that don't have integrity. Now, until you can realign back to your principles, your code of conduct to keep you in integrity, you will continue to be a victim of conflict and you will constantly be reacting to your emotions. So let's reflect on a time when your lack of principles created a conflict in your life. What was the conflict? What was the outcome? What principles, rules did you lack? How did you allow your emotions to react to the conflict and keep you out of integrity? How is this affecting your life now? And what truths would you have to accept to align yourself back to your integrity? Now, this is your example of what it looks and feels like when you allow your emotions to react. This is your example of your power within living in the shadow and how you use your power of choice from a state of anger and causing you to abandon your principles. And this is what it looks like when you're going against your inner values and you are living without principles. Now, in order to use the full power of your choice, you have to learn to trust in your ability to discern by using the full capacity of your intelligence to fully comprehend truth, and therefore you can start to use your principles to stay in integrity and use your power of choice effectively to make the decisions and take the actions to create loving and lasting relationships that are filled with deep intimacy. So the 7 major questions that you can reflect and journal on as a conscious observer for the next 5 days are: 1. What are your top 5 principles and why? 2. What beliefs are associated with each one of your principles and why? 3. How do you apply each principle in your day-to-day interactions? 4. How does each principle allow you to build deep intimacy in your relationships and why? 5. How does each principle allow you to use your power of choice to keep you from creating conflict and staying in integrity with yourself? 6. What truths would you have to accept about how you react emotionally, which helps to create the conflict, and why? And last, 7. How are you keeping your emotions aligned to your inner values? Now be gentle with yourself and take the time to reflect on the thoughts. Feel into the emotions and recognize the behaviors that are coming up for you during this energetic shift so that you can get an understanding how you are using Gate 49 principle energy to make decisions and take actions as you are on your self-discovery and healing journey. Now, if you're interested in diving deep into this energy and becoming a more conscious observer, then I invite you to grab a copy of our Power Within workbook, which includes journal prompts, affirmations, exercises, activities, and so much more to help you with strengthening your power of choice. You can grab your copy on our website. The link is in the description box. Also, please feel free to leave us a comment and let us know how you are using the energy of this gate to empower your power of choice to make decisions and take actions. We look forward to seeing you in our next inner work session.